Dogex, which is the definitive Dogecoin NFT project, is starting to sell extremely fast right now. We just passed the 50% mark, which is going under 5,000, and already since then we are already now 600 more beyond that. So everyone is starting to buy these up extremely fast. Why? Because the values of these NFTs are likely going to skyrocket during the next Dogecoin spike. And with that, with all of those reasons, people are buying them up and having fun. If you mint a super rare one, then you're way more likely to see the big windfall, but there are still a lot of valuable ones further down the line in the collection, and there's also some other big stories that are happening. Today, Walmart had a little bit of a run-in with a lie. I guess that's the best way to describe it here. Litecoin price jumped 20% after a hoax linked to the cryptocurrency to Walmart. So basically, a CNBC article, you can't trust them, I guess, came out and said that now Walmart is officially moving forward, not with Dogecoin, not with Bitcoin, but with Litecoin. And so when I first saw that, I was kind of surprised, thinking, why the heck did Walmart pick Litecoin? I mean, it's a decent coin. That's the coin that Dogecoin was based off of, but it didn't really make a lot of sense. And after that news, Litecoin actually skyrocketed up over 20% in a very short period of time. You can see right there, it's one of the silliest looking charts that I've probably ever seen when it comes to crypto, because normally you don't see anything even close to that magnitude. A massive spike. Then instantly, right after the news came out that it was not really real and that this story was fake, boom, it just fell right back down. It's actually, believe it or not, though, still a little bit higher than it was before, but only marginally so. So just what a funny story. And Dogecoin actually went up a little bit from this too, because Dogecoin is on the same chain as Litecoin. And so if Walmart is moving forward with Litecoin acceptance, then they would probably also be doing the same thing with Dogecoin not too long from now. I still think that is coming for a lot of these major companies, including Walmart, including Amazon, including Apple, but it's going to take more time. Remember, we're talking about corporate speed here. We're moving at snail speed or turtle speed. Either snail or turtle speed, not normal people speed. MicroStrategy as well just bought a ton more Bitcoin, now holding over 114,000. Here's a chart that shows what MicroStrategy has been doing with big buy after big buy after big buy after big buy after big buy, already making a lot of money from it. And the truth is, they're just getting started here. I believe they're going to continue to try to accumulate this 242.9 million. And you can hear, look at that. The dogs are barking upstairs because they're excited about this. They're excited that Michael Saylor is continuing to buy. And it's as simple as this. Michael Saylor wouldn't be doing this. MicroStrategy wouldn't be doing this unless they were extremely confident that we're about to see significantly more upward price action when it comes to crypto. They do not take risks of this magnitude without having a ton of backing, and they know a lot of the things that we know here, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. They're doing that research, and they know, let's be honest, even more than a lot of us are even capable of knowing, because they have some of the biggest amounts of research money of really any company out there. There are huge amounts of brain power going into this, and so we can trust to some degree that when MicroStrategy buys 242.9 million at an average price not of 30,000, not of 20,000, not of even 40,000, an average price of 48,000, you have to believe at that point they know what's coming, and they want to see that turn into a massive windfall moving forward, as do a lot of other people. Right now, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy own close to 1% of all of the Bitcoin in existence. Not quite fully there, but still, that's a heck of a lot for any one organization or any one entity in general to own. With Dogecoin, obviously a lot of people are going to want to do the same thing, because it's as simple as this. When Bitcoin is doing extremely well, when Bitcoin is going up a lot, we're not just going to see it doing that alone. It's going to pick up some other cryptos, and Dogecoin, historically speaking, has been one of the biggest benefactors of Bitcoin spikes. So Dogecoin will likely go up massively, and like I said though, with Dogecoin going up massively, these NFTs are going to start flying off the shelves even more. They're not going to be here forever. They're not going to be available forever. So a lot of people are trying to snatch them up right now. All you have to do if you want to purchase one, you simply get MetaMask. It's an app you can download on your phone. You can also do it on your computer. But for me, I like to do it on my phone just because it's handy. It's right there in the palm of my hand. So you can get MetaMask, the app. Then after getting MetaMask, all you have to do is make an OpenSea account. And then through your MetaMask, you go to Dogex.ai. You go to the browser in your MetaMask, which is right there on the left. Click the three lines, click browser, search Dogex.ai, click connect wallet right there, which is that button. Then all you have to do, you say how many you want to mint. You can put a little cursor over and then change it to 5. You can change it to 3. The more you mint at the same time, the less gas fees you have to pay. Then after minting, it'll show up directly in your MetaMask wallet after about 10 to 20 minutes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes it's significantly faster, just depending on the time of day you do it. Then you can also sell that on OpenSea at some point in the future. And even the Earth Doges, which is the least rare of the class, are likely going to be worth something significant in the future during this next Dogecoin spike, which is coming. Trust me, there is a lot to look forward to when it comes to Dogecoin, and one of the things that we should all be looking forward to is, of course, that. But Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary slams Ethereum's speed, touts a $1 trillion opportunity in Bitcoin, and calls for U.S. regulation in a new interview. Here are the 8 best quotes. So they got some quotes from the shark himself, Kevin O'Leary. I find Ethereum as a user is too slow, and so there's going to be other chains that are going to emerge. Currently, I'm holding more than $100,000 in Ethereum alone. And so with that, you have to start to realize that there's more than just speeds. There's more than just that part of it. Yes, technically speaking, Ethereum is not as fast as Dogecoin. Yes, technically speaking, Dogecoin has many more advantages, and other coins, you can say they have advantages too. But the smart contract and the network ability that Ethereum has built is absolutely worthy of a lot of the praise it's getting. It's absolutely worthy of a lot of the things that are causing people to want to invest in it. So I disagree with Kevin a little bit here. Yes, there are other opportunities to be putting money into, but I don't think anyone should be under any circumstances underrating Ethereum and what it's capable of doing. I don't want to get involved in crypto if the regulatory people say it's not okay. I can't afford to be on the offside. I cannot afford to be non-compliant. So Kevin, a little bit negative in that too. And in the past, Kevin has been negative. He's a shark. He's going to go and be honest about his opinions, and a lot of them are on the negative side. He's also said in the past, he bought some cryptos. He didn't like how they turned out. To be honest, he doesn't really know too well what he's talking about here for the most part. When the 10-year treasury is making you less inflation, then you start to look at alternatives, and that's why stable coins are becoming interesting. I mean, yeah, there's some degree of truth to that, but it's a stable coin to the US dollar. So for the most part, unless you're buying a different stable coin, but if you're just buying one to the US dollar, I don't know, like a lot of these quotes he's done, I disagree with him. I don't think he knows this stuff when it comes to business, but does he know stuff when it comes to cryptocurrency or stocks or investing? Not as much. And that's probably why he doesn't normally talk about it. But I still thought it was interesting because he is a pretty big popular figure, and he does, regardless of if he knows a lot about it or not, he does have a decent amount of influence in the business and cryptocurrency and finance world. And that's just the way it is. When you have that kind of a platform, you're going to have influence, period. Then also saw a lot of people talking about this, which is that we're seeing the government starting to push some more regulations potentially on cryptocurrency. You don't like to see that. Basically, what they're trying to do now is, if you're down on, say, Bitcoin or Dogecoin, let's say you put in 60,000, then it goes down to 30,000. If you want to, you can literally say, I'm selling and then buying right back. And by selling and buying right back, basically you can write that off on taxes then, without having to wait a 30-day period, which is what you have to do with securities. Which means if you buy a stock, you can't do that. You can't have that tax break that you can get into. Now we're seeing some people in the government who are trying to make it so that you have to now go through and pay those taxes anyway, regardless of if you were down and you sold and then bought back in. But there's so many different sides to this. It really shouldn't be the case that you have to actually wait, because now they're also taking this a step further, which is that you also cannot use that money to buy back into something that is of a similar quality, which means they could say you can't sell Bitcoin and then buy Dogecoin and write it off on taxes, which is ridiculous, and it's going to hurt crypto if they do this. It's not the right move. They need to stop being greedy and trying to take money out of crypto, because we're not getting any value from the government when it comes to cryptocurrency, not even a little bit. So why are they then taking money out of the pool that's there and using it, a lot of which is going to be spent on things that aren't even helping the country anyway, because politicians, let's be honest, a lot of them are corrupt, and a lot of them have special interests that are telling them to spend here, to spend there. So we have to be keeping our eye on what they're doing and voting them out. Whoever is against crypto in any way, they need to see the consequences of that, because the people get to decide. And if the people aren't using that and aren't pushing and actually making sure that what we want is what happens, then they're going to keep taking advantage in many ways of some of those things. Ethereum, by the way, right now, look at that. 3,313.95. I like that. I like that. I mean, it's above 3,000. It's hard to complain when Ethereum is that high. And we'll remember not too long ago, Ethereum being lower, and we're like, oh, well, look at that. It's lower. Maybe it'll be good. By the way, Tiger King, which is currently spiking a decent amount today, 27% up. And this comes as we are seeing people talking about the T-King Lambo, which is driving around. I mean, not the T-King Lambo, the T-King Bugatti, which is driving around. So there is a very influential person who is a fan of Joe and is now really pushing hard for T-King to help in that regard. They actually ended up taking the Bugatti, which is the most expensive car in the world, the most expensive production car, and putting it in front of that bull on Wall Street where the girl used to be. And so they put it there, in front of the bull. It was really such a cool scene. If you want to see a picture, you can go check it out. But T-King spiking a lot off of some of that energy, and that's always fun to see. You love to see T-King doing well. You love to see Dogex doing well. Those are two projects. I don't have a lot of projects that I like, but those are two projects that I definitely like a lot. Two very different things, because one's an NFT, one's a cryptocurrency. So completely different ballparks, completely different types of subjects, but still, nonetheless, that is the way I feel about it. And Dogecoin, you can see it's forming the dog ears again. Look at that, the dog ears on the chart. Every time we see dog ears, a spike is not too far away, because look at that, some red candles there. It's time for a correction. I believe right now Dogecoin should be above 26 cents. It will most likely correct to that point. And yes, we did predict that this flash crash would happen. I was telling people, beware the flash crash. It looks like the metrics are showing it could happen. A lot of people listened and were aware of that. And even if you don't decide to sell, and most people, even if they know a flash crash could be coming, are not going to sell their Dogecoin. Just being aware of it will make you less scared when it happens. It'll be good to kind of understand that. And then if you are actually trying to trade it, if you don't want to make money on it, then that's even more important, especially important. Also, if you're thinking, should I put more money into Dogecoin right now? Well, if there's a flash crash signal, then maybe it's not the best time. But now the flash crash has already happened. It is once more a good time to be looking at Dogecoin as an opportunity for the future. Now, everyone, make their own decision. Not financial advice, obviously. I'm told I'm supposed to say that. I don't know. Am I supposed to say that? I guess I am. I mean, maybe better safe than sorry. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. And the channel, though, I mean, it's pretty cool to see what we've been able to do with this channel. How fast it's growing. Still the number one fastest growing new channel in all of YouTube in 2021. So if you are not subscribed, come see what you're missing out on. What the heck are you doing? It's time to press that subscribe button, press the notification bell, and stay up to date in real time on all these cool things as Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak launches a space company. Good luck to him with that. He's going to be competing with the likes of Elon, the likes of Jeff, and also the likes on this video. Okay, well, maybe not the last one. Anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Steve Wozniak, and I will see you in the next video.